is Robert Reich, former labor secretary in the Clinton administration and currently energy? Oh, and currently professor at the University of California, Berkeley, if I'm remembering correctly. Robert Reich, welcome back to the program.
Well, hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm great, and it's great to have you with us. I read your Facebook post this morning via DU, actually, and I just wanted to get your thoughts as a Bernie supporter on the status of the political revolution.
Well, it's still there. I think there's no question. Bernie will take his political revolution right to the convention, the Democratic convention, and regardless even of what happens there, if he does not become the nominee, that revolution will continue. There's no stopping it.
Yeah, my position on this has been that Bernie has changed not only American politics forever, but also he's changed the Democratic Party. He's pushing the Democratic Party back to its pre-92 transformation, the Al Fromm bloodless coup that Al Fromm wrote about, the DLC thing, and taking it back into the FDR LBJ era. Your thoughts?
I think that's exactly right. I think the party. Well, let's let me slightly modify that, Tom, and say I hope you're right. I think you're right. We'll know much more, a year or two from now, even if Bernie is not president, even if Bernie is not nominated as the Democratic candidate. I do believe that the party is very different from the Democratic Party we had last year or the year before that. It is now a party that sounds and acts much more like the Paul Wellstone party. That is the party that the Democratic side of the Democratic Party, as Paul Wellstone used to put it, a party that is really deeply concerned about the middle class and the poor and the working class, that worries, as the Democratic Party used to worry, about the misallocation of power and wealth in society, which is much worse now than it was 10 or 15 or 20 years ago. You referred to the party that we had up until 1992. I think that the issues and the problem we have right now in this country is far worse than it has been at any time in the post-World War II era. In fact, we haven't seen this lopsidedness in income and also wealth, and also the political power that flows from income and wealth since the earliest decades of the 20th century, in over 100 years. And the Democratic Party, if there is ever a purpose for the Democratic Party, it is to address that lopsidedness, that concentration of income and wealth and political power at the top.
So let's do a thought exercise here. If Bernie becomes the nominee and is elected, I think we can predict what he will certainly work for, and whether or not he'll be able to accomplish it depends on, a whole lot of variables that are out of our control right now, or maybe not. I mean, it has to do with how voter turnout in Congress and all that. But if Hillary is the nominee, and you know her, you worked in the Clinton White House. I've read things suggesting that she's always been far more progressive than her husband. Maybe not. But how do we maintain the revolution, as it were, and push not just Hillary Clinton, but the Debbie Wasserman Schultzes of the world, the Claire McCaskells of the world, the kind of establishment Democrats, keep moving them in a progressive direction, back toward the FDR wing of the Democratic Party?
First of all, Tom, I think that the Democratic Party must have learned a lesson by now. I mean, they look at Missouri, they look at Michigan, they look at the very close contests in many states, including Iowa, and the party leaders must say to themselves, wait a minute, there's something going on here. If we want to win the presidential election, even if Bernie Sanders is not the candidate, if we want to win Senate and congressional elections, to the House elections, we've got to pay more attention to this upsurge around the country of people who not only feel that the game is rigged and know the game is rigged, but also feel that they don't have an opportunity to get ahead. Their children have even less of an opportunity. People who have less job security than they've ever had in living memory, and people, typical typical families of this country who are actually worse off than they were in the year 2000. If we want to win elections as Democrats, I hope Democrats are saying, we have got to change our tune. They have, there are a lot of people that get paid a lot of money. They're called political consultants. You know them as well as I know them, Tom. Those political consultants get a lot of money because they're supposed to be listening to the people. They're supposed to be telling candidates what Democratic voters and American voters, not just Democratic voters, want and need. If those political consultants are not shaken up by the success of Bernie Sanders, and in a very different way, completely different way, but nevertheless responding to some of the same anger, the success of Donald Trump, then those political consultants are not worth a penny.
Yeah. And time to reboot that. Robert Reich, it's always a pleasure and an honor, sir, to have you on our program. Thank you so much for calling in today.
Well, thank you, Tom. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good talking with you. To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.